Alright, so we're going to go over what sold over the last week. And I will say the summer slowdown has hit. In terms of the weekend sales, it was 6 for 308 on the main account. But the second account did not too bad. 4 for 32.71. Sold 4 patches over the weekend, which is actually pretty good. So, we'll go over the main account real quick. And also got a negative on the second account. We'll take a look at that once we get over there. So, starting off with this Mercer County Fire, $5.99. This Philips Sonicare 6100 electric toothbrush, $25. Free ship. This one was kind of used, so I put it as seller refurbished. Definitely was not the cleanest. But if I remember right, the toothbrush head itself was actually, it was sealed. So, but the toothbrush was kind of not. As you can see, it's kind of dirty. So, I don't, who the hell knows? It was an Amazon return, so who knows what they did with it. But it works, too. It's not like they, I mean, I guess they could have just swapped them out, but it's not like it was broken and they swapped them. Who the hell knows? Anyways, $25 free ship on that. Next, Columbus, Ohio, Station 2, which is Engine 2, Rescue 2, Battalion 1, and Engine 3, Ladder 2, Quint 3. So, I don't know why we have 2 engines in a station. That makes no sense. But anyway, $6.99. Next was a Suncast, storage shelf. A little 2-foot resin storage shelf for your shed. This sold out on offer for $39.99. It actually went EIS. It was going up to Canada. And this one I kind of screwed myself because I just went with whatever. For the shipping, I went off whatever eBay had pre-filled in, which was not right. I put it as heavier than it actually was, which wasn't a big deal. But the dimensions were off. And it should be very obvious. When the shelf itself is 25.8, 5.5, you should not have your dimensions at like 16, 16.8, whatever the other one was. They were way off. So, obviously I had to fix those when I bought it and when I bought the label. And, hopefully that doesn't screw with the buyer either, with EIS, not having the right dimensions in. I don't know, I guess we'll find out. Next was this Braun 8-in-1, trimmer, sold that for $40 free ship. Came from the, HBA boxes. Next was this Gotham City Police. This sold out on offer. I remember it was $5.39. This also went international. I think also to Canada. And the buyer paid a ton to get this. I mean, I remember seeing the notification. It was like $17. They were all in. So for EIS for patches, it's really ridiculous. It does not need. It's unnecessary. Really, I could do, except for doing it that way, it'll have tracking. Otherwise, the old way, I just put an international stamp on it and send it. At least with this it does have tracking. It it has a standard envelope tracking with it. So sold a deodorant. I haven't sold one in a while here. So hoping to sell some as we're getting to the summer here. Next was these Adidas Ultra 40 men's running shoes. These technically didn't even sell. As you can see, I have best offer on, which I don't normally. A guy sent me a message, something about he was like just short with the offer, or because that's not an offer, and he was like just short. So what I do, 105. It was like 2 hours before the offer expired. I told him sure, I'll add a best offer as soon as the offer I sent expires, because you can't add it once you've sent out offers. That I'll change it. I had a feeling this guy was not paying, and he hasn't paid yet. I think this was Friday. But I said screw it. I want to move these. These have been there's these and a different Adidas pair that have been sitting around forever. Well, not really forever, since February, but it's had a ton of action on it. I've sent out offers so many times and nobody's bought them. So I figured whatever, I'll add I'll entertain his offer, assuming he's never gonna actually pay. Um, I think it was like Thursday or Friday, so I figured whatever he should end up getting paid on Friday, and it might actually go through. But it hasn't yet, so this will definitely end up becoming a relister, that's for sure. And I think I know I checked on one of these. This is the going price, the 130 plus the 15 eBay shipping for the authentication program. So I just don't get why it hasn't sold. As you can see, I got an online arbitrage, and I paid up to $60 for these, but obviously it's worth it when they go for $130. So if it ever ends up selling here, which you think it would have by now, being running shoes, but oh well, maybe eventually they'll sell. Next, the University of the Arts Public Safety, $5.99 on that. Next one was this Easy Bake Oven that I got 35 plus 15 shipped for. Got this at Goodwill for actually $8, I'm pretty sure. And there's actually like two other ones there as well. Another one that had the box, and then there was a loose one, if I remember right. And I actually probably should have bought both. Because as you can see, listed at the beginning of April, and it sold about a month and a half later. It was actually pretty good. So I made I made a pretty good month. I made like 20 or $30 on this, so it actually was like I said, I probably should have picked up the other one. And like I said, and it did work too. I tested it. Almost burned myself making sure, touching the trays, making sure they were hot. Probably not the best way to test them, but it was tested, so that was a good pickup. Next was the Wagner Flexio 2500. This one actually sold out at offer $26.99. I remember sending the offer out to like 8 people, and I figured someone was gonna buy it, and they did. And this one was pretty much like new, so that's why it's at the 30. And I have one other one of these 2500s like super used, so I think that's not something I expect to sell anytime soon. Actually, I need to unbury the other ones and get them listed, because I haven't listed anything for today, and I have no drafts either, so I need to create some listings here. I got plenty of things lying around that I'm sure I could list. What the problem is too is I've been buying a lot of winter stuff at the moment. I got beanies, 2 different puffer vests that obviously are going to be our winter plays. Hats, which just don't really move to begin with. And a couple of them are football ones, so those obviously are not going to sell anytime soon. But hopefully for fourth quarter here, we'll be doing much better. So like I said, I gotta try and figure out how to beat this summer slump here. I didn't really get any summer inventory over the winter, or the couple of things I did get have sold already. Like the Bionic flip flops. Those are gone already. There's just some different shoes that for me I'm not really doing too good with these shoes. Which is not great. That's obviously what a big part of bread and butter is shoes. So the shoe game needs to start working here. Alright, next we have this Toro pole saw. I was excited to see this sold $150. And it's only going to Massachusetts too, so the shipping on it is pretty cheap at $15 or $16, which is pretty good. Even though we're still down $1,700 on this pallet, but I think I'll make some money on it. It's probably still not the greatest investment, but we bought it. Oh, this did have the gun with it? Oops. I probably should have actually packed this better then. I didn't realize it had the gun in it. Anyways, this Homax texture gun, $20 plus 15 ship on this. This, as you can see, listed back in December. This was something I knew was not going to sell quick. And just was kind of a list it and forget it. Put it on the shelf in the back of the. Put it in the back of the shelf, in storage, waiting for it to sell. And I still have a different one as well that I don't know what. I think that one is pretty much new, and then this one wasn't. It was missing some of the tips or something. I think it was missing. It was missing something. So do I have it in the description? Yeah, I'm missing 2 of the spray tips in the air connections. All right, next is this Omaha Airport Fire Rescue, $6.99. And then these just sold here today. These 2 sold together. This Robertsville, New Jersey at $6.99, and then this FDNY engine 276 and ladder 156 and battalion 33 at $8.99. So I'll switch over to the other account real quick. Oh, and I just wanted to show this my monthly limits, 50 million. 50 million. We'll see how long it takes to hit. I don't know. You think that's possible to hit 50 million? I love how this account has way more. Its limits are way higher compared to the main account. The main account is 5 million. But on this one, I get 50 million. It makes no sense. And then here's what I want to show you, the negative feedback I got that I just happened to see when I was doing the, checking to see what my limits were on this account. So it was the Spartan mosquito repellent. So as you can see, they said, "I'm sorry, but I purchased quite a few of these from the seller, and after installing them in the yard, 1, they don't work. 2, they now have mold in the boxes. Very disappointed in this item. Sorry about these big mistakes." So, the fact that they don't work, I got is possible. I bought these last year in like August on Home Depot clearance, and they've been sitting in my storage unit pretty much since then, since when they were listed. So the fact they don't work is possible. The mold in the boxes, I don't believe that. I guess again, is possible. I didn't, start inspecting, opening up. I had these pre-packaged, so I didn't, open them up and look at the boxes. So, which is also why I don't really believe them, because they've been pre-packed, sitting in the storage unit. There's no moisture in them, so I don't know how there would be moisture in them to make them mold. And also the installing them in a yard thing that caught me off guard. I'm sure these are not something you install. They're just tubes that have repellent in them. I don't really know how they work, but I'm pretty sure you don't install them for starters. Now, this was also the same person who who left me the note of, if these are from Amazon, just cancel my purchase. Don't even just cancel the purchase. Don't even send them. And also, a note is, these were delivered over a month ago, as when these got delivered. And also, they never contacted me, just left this negative feedback, a month later. It says when past month. Or is that just when they left it, this past month? Because I looked at, it was delivered, I think, May 9th. When it was delivered, and as you can see, we're now halfway into June. So, I did go to the help and contact to see if eBay would remove this. I highly doubt they will remove this. I just put in there, this was over a month ago, and they never contacted me. So, like I said, I highly doubt eBay will take it down. This is on the second account. I don't really care about the feedback on this account. If anything, I'm probably going to end up just deleting everything off of here at some point and just liquidating everything that's on here. All the police patches and that probably shouldn't have been liquidated. At the moment, I'm trying to liquidate a bunch of security patches and a lot of
Canadian patches. I have them both listed up for auction right now. I don't think it's gotten really any action on it. I was hoping to be able to sell them now, at least one of them, but those have already gotten set up, to be liquidated out. And I probably will go through more patches at some point and just liquidate some more out. Alright, enough of that. Moving on to what actually is sold. This Fairfax County Public Safety Communications, $6.99. This Wackenhut Delaware County Prison ERT team, $6.99. This Erie County Sheriff's Bills patch, sold for $20 out on offer, free ship. This was the same guy who actually left me this neutral feedback, and he bought a Miami patch as well. He sent me a message about this, what would I take on it, and I just told him $20 just to get rid of it and be done with it. This has been sitting around a while. It probably would sell in the fall, come football time, but just get rid of it now and be done with it. And actually, he's Bill's fan too, so I'll definitely cut him the deal at $20 to get it moved. I think I only paid like $11 for this, from wherever I bought him from. I don't even remember anymore. And then it cost like $4 something to ship because I actually sent it ground advantage. Even though it was right at that $20 threshold. And because he had the problem with the last one, I figured I'll upgrade it and send it ground advantage instead of taking the risk. And speaking of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission patch, sold this one out on offer $7.19, and this one also out on offer for $7.19. And then in the middle, this St. Paul Police at $3.99, and then this Alabama State Trooper Bomb Squad at $7.99. This is actually pretty cool. Probably should have kept for myself, but it's all right. I can always find another one or buy another one. Then the last thing was this Tucson, Arizona Police at $3.99. So that is it for what is sold over the last week. We're gonna do we are doing a yard sale this weekend. Friday and Saturday, despite the fact it's supposed to be 90. I don't think it's gonna go very well because it's supposed to be almost not. I think it's supposed to be almost 90 for Friday, but was it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever? It's supposed to be 90 for 2 or 3 days beforehand. So I really do not think it's gonna go over well. I haven't paid attention to what the forecast will be for Saturday. Hopefully much cooler, and that will draw out some people. So I'll give you an update on Monday how that goes. But until then, we'll see you next week.